It's the story of a great American hero, a young, ambitious city slicker born and raised in urban America. Quite frankly, that's kind of funny. Quite frankly,
That's what they always say in movie trailers. Yes, that's what they.
Right.
In a world where, quite frankly, a lot of things are happening right now.
all right, back in it. Quite frankly, he's perfectly prim and proper, caught in the trap of 9 to 5. Did 9 to
Record
5
scratch.
exist as a concept in like 1848 or whenever?
No,
this place?
prior to the emergence of the labor movement, it was like 9 to 9.
Yeah, whatever. Is this all that life has to offer? There has to be more. This man is ready for action. As of this moment, he no longer will accept. Wait, as of this moment, he's ready for action. No longer dreaming of adventure. Oh, he will accept only. This is dreaming of adventure.
What are you reading from?
That's the start of Gold Rush.
Really? It sounds so
That's the
strange
start
in the
of Gold
voice.
Rush. That's the beginning of Gold Rush.
That's the beginning of Gold Rush. Exclamation point.
This man is ready for action. As of this moment, he no longer will accept only ellipses.
he wants actual punctuation.
And then it just says Gold Rush. Underneath it says ready, dreaming of adventure, but I don't think that's right. Oh, as of this moment, no longer. All right, hold on. Okay. Take 5.
Okay.
As of this moment, no longer will he accept only dreaming of adventure. I flipped the words. The words.
He will live adventure.
As of this moment, no longer all right.
that is awkward.
That is not a well-constructed sentence in my defense.
Yeah.
As of this moment, no longer will he accept only dreaming of adventure.
I mean, yeah, everything about that is a series of weird clauses nested in other clauses. I mean,
and there was a whole Santa Claus TV series on Disney Plus.
That's right. Let me tell you, Ben.
Lots of weird clauses.
As someone who grades a lot of papers, I would put brackets around that. And then out in the margin, I would write awkward.
But when you write that as a professor, when you write down bracketed awkward, are you in your head going awkward?
I was going to say that exact thing. Before you even started, I was going to say, yes, the tone of it is awkward.
Anyway, this is Quest,
the adventure game podcast. And you know what? We started off talking about an adventure game.
We did. You know,
but we're going to stop for a little while.
Yeah, we're going to stop for about 30 minutes.
So, set your stopwatches.
How you doing, Jess?
Ben, I'm fantastic. I'm just coming back from a cookout at a friend's house.
A cookout? Is it warm where you are?
You know, it's been 85 degrees.
I'm just having fun. I'm just funning you.
Yeah, no, that's great.
You. All right.
Yeah, no, it's been like 85 degrees here all week, which in Celsius I think is about 120.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, real hot. But then today it was 50, and we have a frost warning underway tonight. So who knows?
And
how
what's
the world
that in
works.
Celsius?
Frost warning, I think water freezes at negative 270 Celsius. So that's about where we're heading to tonight. Yeah.
Very good, Professor. Where I'm at in Chicago, Illinois, it is 42 out. Isn't that amusing as a nerd? Don't you appreciate that?
What a number. I can only think of one funnier number.
I could think of 2. I could think of
what are your
funnier
2
numbers? Oh, please. You're going to make me say the 2 funnier numbers than 42?
I think I have a funnier one.
You have a funnier number than the 2 numbers I have in my number pocket.
Yes, and I mean, one of those is relevant the day after we record this.
Well, yeah, that's one of the numbers that I have.
Yeah.
So you're already running
I'm better
out of
than that
time.
one. I'm better than
No, all right.
than
My
14.
2 funny numbers I have prepared in my comedy chest are 69 hilarious and 42 0
Okay.
also hilarious.
I've got you beat, man.
What else?
6-7.
Oh, for fuck's sake. You know, this might be the worst beginning
No.
of a podcast.
No, did you listen to last week?
Last
Did you
week.
listen to last week? We're getting worse.
We're definitely the further we go, the worse these become.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a shame. But you know, we count on our listeners to find us charming.
Yeah. I count on everyone to find this charming, you know?
And really a lot of what I do in life. Like, I'm just like, boy, I hope people find this charming. If not, oh boy.
Yeah, I'm in deep shit if no one finds this shit
like
charming.
everything that is me. Yeah, I'm like really putting a lot of hope that people are just gonna be like, yeah, it's kind of charming.
I'm investing heavily in my whole shtick working, because if not, ready for this, Jess? Ready for a hilarious joke?
Yes.
Houston, we have a problem.
I Project Hail Mary this weekend. So talk about Houston, we have a problem.
All right. You know what? Let's get back on track. And
back on track. Back on track.
Only one way I know how to get back on track, and that is to read some emails. We got emails. It's here, baby. The mailbag is open. And if you want to email us, you can do that. Just go into your email client. Maybe you're using Eudora. I'm not sure what you're using. What other email clients?
Let's see. There's AOL mail client. Maybe you're using Hotmail. Maybe you're in Hotmail. Maybe you're in some other fourth one. But email us at questquestpodcast@gmail.com.
All right. So our first email we have from Dion. Hi, Ben, Jess. I just discovered your show. Thank you. And the first episode I listened to was Solo Quest: Passionate Patty.
Oh.
So you're pretty pissed off that I've been talking this whole time. Just wanted to say I really enjoyed listening to it, and Jess's observations on Patty were really interesting to hear. Also read Jess's article on the politics of Passionate Patty. It was a very fascinating read. I gamed most from ages 6 to about 21 and was thinking through that entire period, the only female protagonist I played as was Passionate Patty, the lady from Barbarian 2 on the C64. Are you familiar with that? I
No.
Yeah. And the lady from Golden Axe. Across hundreds and hundreds of titles I played, isn't that incredible? And Passionate Patty was certainly the most interesting character, unlike any character I can recall from a TV show or film at the time. Here's something you probably didn't know. There was an extremely rare fan-made game version of Larry 4, the unofficial fan game, made by a couple guys in South Africa in the late 90s that was quite popular at university campuses and dorms, at least while I was in university. I got a copy via burned CD from someone. I've never heard of this.
I haven't. This is fascinating.
From what I can recall, the opening and closing scenes features Patty, but the rest of the game is mostly about Larry. Tried for years to track down that game or the guys who developed it, but it seems to be lost to time. I've never met anyone from outside South Africa who even knew about it. I live in New Zealand now. There's not a trace of it on the internet, which is a terrible shame. Anyway, great show. I'll be listening to more episodes for sure. I've never heard of this.
I haven't either. And
we know someone.
We do.
Who Yeah, we know someone from South Africa.
That's in the adventure gaming scene. We may have to reach out to a source there that tends to know a lot more than we do about these things. But
yeah,
I'm fascinated by this. This sounds interesting. I would love to know more because I too enjoy enjoy Passionate Patty as a character. I think she makes Larry more interesting. And thank you for the kind words about the episode and the article. It's been something that I've wanted to talk about for years, and occasionally find someone who will listen to me while I do it. So thank you.
What I'm curious about is this fan game. What was it made in?
That's a great question. And it's pre-AGS,
unless it's like 99, which seems unlikely from the story.
Yes.
So what do you like? I wonder what it was made in.
That's a good question.
Like, did they was somebody just was this like Mad Dog McCree? Were they making some? Well,
we have to know more about this.
Yeah, if you're listening, and let me take a look at our downloads here, because I do believe we do have. Now we don't have that many listeners in South Africa.
Our metrics say no.
We have.
Listeners, if you know anything about this,
one person location, according to this in South Africa. So, to you, the one person of the couple hundred that have been listening to our podcast recently, we've had also welcome in. We've had a bunch of people join in on the last couple episodes, so I hope you've been enjoying these. But if you know anything about this, please, questpodcast@gmail.com. I'd love to hear about this. And thank you for
I would too. I mean, with that level of distribution too, if it's being burned and passed around college campuses and stuff, that's really fascinating. I think about something like, I'm sure, Ben, you've heard of The Secret of Donkey Island, the unofficial Czech Monkey Island sequel, but I think that was actually a commercial release somehow that moved around. But this idea of distribution in a mostly pre-internet era is fascinating to me. I wonder if it was on BBS's, probably, if people were handing it out.
And I don't know anything about what is internet and local network penetration, and what's the BBS scene in South Africa in the late 90s? I don't know I don't know a single thing about that. I have zero knowledge.
Yeah, so let's
really
speculate.
Popular. Let's speculate based off of literally nothing I know.
Yeah,
zero. That's fascinating. So yeah, reach out, questpodcast@gmail.com. We have one other quick email here from John.
Thank you so much.
Hey, Ben and Jess, thank you for fulfilling my request and playing Beneath a Steel Sky. So glad you didn't hate it. I was a little bit worried that you might.
Oh, wow.
It's a great
game. It was delightful. I enjoyed it.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I've always enjoyed the game, mostly for the atmosphere. That's the best part. I'd agree. And honestly, the possible Australia references went completely over my head somehow. And most others. Jess is...
I still think I discovered something when I said, and folks, if you missed the Beneath the Still Sky episode, I will quickly explain. There's a robot character you carry around on a circuit board named Joey, and I think because you're carrying him around, it's a Joey like a kangaroo Joey joke or reference, and it's an Australian game. This is mind melting. Like, this is something that millions of people have played this game, and I apparently am the first one to figure out, making me the smartest Beneath the Still Sky player ever.
The email continues. I have purchased the sequel both on Switch and Steam, but have only gotten a tiny bit into the game over several years. I will, and I'm hitting all the all caps there.
Good.
I will play through it someday. I only recently completed The Secret of Monkey Island for the first time. Go. Thanks again, John. Thank you, John.
Thank you, John. It was a pleasure to play Beneath the Still Sky.
Yeah, thank you for the nudge. That's been on my list for like over a decade.
It's been on my list for 30 years.
Yeah.
I finally got around to play it. And you know what? I should have played it sooner. I do think it's a great example. I mean, I enjoyed it a lot playing it, here in 2026. I think if I'd gotten a hold of that game in 94,
absolutely,
I would have been obsessed with it. I
think for sure.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I enjoyed it now, I think it would have been even more up my alley back then.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. I think our age difference means that I probably should have gotten into it in college, because if I got into it at the time, it would have scared me too much. If I got into it in 94 when I would have been like was it I would have been 8.
Mm-hmm. A little too young to maybe appreciate
that would have
the better
scared the
parts
shit out of me.
Yeah.
That game would have scared the shit out of me.
I mean, Quest 5 scared the shit out of you. There's no way you could have handled.
Still scares me.
I know you don't like to talk about it. Why do you think that our Space Quest playthrough series ended right before we get to 4? Now, I do want to say next week we have a big surprise coming up. That's what we do at the end of the episode. But, who knows if we'll ever even make it to Space Quest 5.
You're making me uncomfortable with all this talk. So instead, I'm going to change the subject and ask you, what have you been playing?
Ben.
Yeah, that's right.
Just earlier today, I loaded up a game that I haven't played.
I swear to God, if this is Overwatch, furious.
It's a lot like Overwatch. It is something of like a hero, combat game. But have you ever played the 1980s game ARG?
I've never even. I know.
Now, this game, just so you've got this right.
Is this something that you got via burned CD?
No,
South African.
I bought this at Sears and Roebuck on their discount.
What year is this?
This is going to be 1987 was the arcade release, and then it came out in 88 and 89.
Oh, this is an arcade game. Maybe
yes,
I do know.
Let me get this for the listeners. That game is ARG. It's AAA RGH exclamation point. AAR GH exclamation point. So that is ARG. And what this game is, it's a ridiculous. I'm wanting to say it's a rampage 'em up. I'm pretty sure
it does look a bit rampagey.
Yeah, it's rampage coded. Like we all know Rampage, right? That's the kaiju climbing up the buildings, knocking them down, eating people. Like a really fun multiplayer.
That I don't particularly enjoy, but it is.
It was everywhere. It still has a fair amount of representation in a lot of like barcades and stuff today. You'll still stumble across Rampage machines. Mm-hmm. But this is sort of like the home version of it and the arcade version of it. You play as either a giant Cyclops orc with a unicorn horn or a giant dragon, and you walk around in a number of fantasy-esque settings like villages and like an Egyptian city, and I think there's like a medieval setting and stuff, and you destroy cottages and huts and other buildings while fighting this other monster, and you're searching for like a golden dragon egg, and it is the very definition of like we have Rampage at home. It's definitely like Temu Rampage, and it's terrible. It is.
You're kidding.
What?
I know this looks terrible.
No, I mean it's awful, and it's. I mean, I think maybe it started as an Amiga game.
So I'm looking this up, and so what it was. As it happens, I talked about this other podcast I really enjoy, this video games history podcast I've really like recently gotten into called They Create Worlds. And as it happens, earlier this year, they did an episode on this company that did this. So it was actually ringing a bell. But it was made by Mastertronic.
Yes.
Which was a budget a European budget software, or like a budget publisher of software, and they like ARG.
Yes,
I
there's an exclamation point, Ben.
Is from a period, and this is from memory, so please listen to their podcast. They're doing research and shit. I'm just poorly remembering a podcast from months ago.
Just saying things.
But I believe what it was that they I'm looking here. It was an arcade machine based on custom hardware from the Amiga.
That's wild. Like, that sentence perplexes me.
Like, it was just kind of it was an attempt that they were making, and I don't believe that, like, Mastertronic is not a arcade developer that you really think about, or if you're naming games the great arcade cabinet designers, you're not thinking of Mastertronic.
How great does that Cyclops look, though? Have you got
the Cyclops? Looks great. The cover image, and I'm assuming this is for like a release on the Amiga or the ZX Spectrum or whatever. On the Wikipedia page is quite funny. I do recommend that you go to the Wikipedia page and look at the cover for whatever release this was, because it is a Cyclops with a horn strangling a dragon, while like what looks like a kid with a gun. Like,
he has a joystick. What's happening
a joystick?
there
okay.
is each of those monsters is like digitally emerging from an arcade cabinet. That's what you're seeing on either side of him.
Small. It's a very small.
What you're seeing is
zooming in, and now I understand.
It was such a popular arcade cabinet that now they brought it to home systems.
Yeah,
and,
it was. What a thrill.
Yeah, you can see them exploding from those cabinets to wrestle each other. And I mean, the Cyclops, I don't know. A Cyclops with the unicorn horn feels like it's a bit much.
What version
ears.
of this game are you playing? The arcade version?
DOS version. That's what I played as a kid.
The DOS version.
Yeah, I had the DOS. I think it was a DOS
really
booter,
good.
maybe.
I bet it looks great.
It looks not terrible. I mean, it looks way worse than the arcade version.
Yeah.
But I will say the DOS version, you know how arcade games handled on DOS platform
terribly.
circa like 1988 or so? It definitely feels like that, where even if you had a joystick, it was terribly non-responsive. Playing it now with keyboard is just an exercise in frustration. You know what it made me say the whole time?
What did it make you say? Yikes.
No.
Did you say yuck?
No.
Did you say piffle? No, thank you.
No, Ben, I said, "Arr!"
Oh, I guess I should have guessed that.
That's the title of the game.
Yeah. All right. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
what have you
gonna
been playing?
Jess, I'm gonna be frank here.
Nice to meet you, Frank. I'm Jess.
Oh, I'm gonna be completely frank. I have not had a moment other than when I streamed on Tuesday to play anything, because I was preparing.
This is so cool.
I was just at, like, literally, so we're recording this later than we like days later than we normally do, because my whole schedule has been pretty fucked up the past couple of weeks. And one of the things contributing to that is that I was performing at the final Ebert Fest, the Roger Ebert Film Festival in Champaign, Illinois. and I was part of the ensemble for a live reenactment of an episode of Siskel and Ebert at the Movies, which, and you're probably thinking, what?
This is a legendary episode, though.
Who would want to watch that? Who would want to watch a reenactment of a movie review program?
Now I'll watch a Civil War reenactment. We talk
yeah.
about that a lot on this podcast. I mean, all day, every day. But
this was a reenactment of an episode where they reviewed, and it was the first film they reviewed, Full Metal Jacket. And you could watch this on YouTube, and I invite you to. Just type in Siskel and Ebert Full Metal Jacket full episode, and it's a split decision. Gene loves it. Roger is disappointed. And
what more did Roger want?
Roger
what did
felt.
Roger want?
All right, Jiminy. What did Roger want?
Oh.
What did you want, Roger? What did you want from Mr. Stanley Kubrick?
How do you say 2001?
Was it not good as 2001? Did it not make you laugh like Lolita? Oh. That's right. I do have a Jiminy Glick in my pocket.
Man.
But Roger felt that, and I've heard other people say this too. Like, he didn't dislike the movie. He thought it wasn't up to Kubrick's high quality standard, and he felt that, like, the other big deal Vietnam movies that had come out to that point, which would be Apocalypse Now and The Deer Hunter and Platoon, were all better. And he, like, felt that the battle scene that is the second half of the film wasn't up to the level of quality that you'd expect from a director like Stanley Kubrick. Because it's like, I think when I say I've heard this, I think the line that people say on Full Metal Jacket is, I love the first half.
Yeah, at your boot camp.
And then like, people are mixed. I've heard people that love, it's been a minute since I've seen it. I haven't seen it since I was in college. So I do want to rewatch and see what I think. Because Gene Siskel loved it. Like, he's like, wow. No, he says, I've never felt a kill the way that I did in that scene.
It awakens something in him.
And Roger will not have it. He's like, that's a cliche, Gene. Like, Hammer and Tongs start screaming, like, not screaming, but they get really at it. And then there's the whole rest of the show where they review Spaceballs, another split decision, Roxanne, and Benji the Hunted, and then have here's VHSs that you can rent, or Laserdiscs if you want a higher quality, where they talk about other Stanley Kubrick movies, and all of their other reviews come back to how mad they are at each other.
Oh, it's so good.
About their Full Metal Jacket disagreement. Like, as I said, they're split on Spaceballs, and it's just like, all right, well, that's two you're wrong on. Like,
Ben, can we get a quick quest? See if we can spark a similar level of discord that will.
We're both too conflict averse.
Okay,
Jess.
Ben, Spaceballs, thumbs up, thumbs down.
I think I'm gonna side with Gene, a very marginal thumbs up. That was what Gene's was. He was like, it's like, I don't particularly he's like, it's not great, but it made me laugh. light recommendation, thumbs up. And Roger's like, it made me laugh, but it wasn't good enough, thumbs down.
I'm probably slightly more in the Roger category there.
So there you go.
I mean, yeah, I think maybe, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's fine.
Anyway, so this is a reenactment. The way that this reenactment that we did of this show, two friends, my friends Steve and Zach, did impressions, and I'm gonna say like full theatrical acting. Like
I've seen them in costume,
really
which that alone,
good performances, and I'll say, Chaz Ebert, Roger, like who was married to Roger Ebert, was there and watched it and loved it.
Wow.
So, and got photos with them and all of us afterwards, and then photos with Zach, who played Roger afterwards, which was just awesome.
That's amazing.
And but anyway, so my role in it was we had an ensemble and we did reenactments of the movie clips, which meant that I got to be Pizza the Hut, which was amazing.
Oh man.
And like I got to do a bunch of little things, but this was an incredible moment. So this is this film festival was in this old, like kind of turn of the century maybe, or like I guess it would have to be 1910s or 20s if it's a movie house, but it's this old grand movie house in Champaign, Illinois. I think it seats over 1,000 or something. It's very large. I was one of my reenactment things was I was doing the famous scene from Dr. Strangelove of Slim Pickens riding the H-bomb. And so I'm going, woo, right? And waving like the cowboy. And I have like this bomb prop that I like wrap my legs around, like, and I'm,
so good.
You know, and I'm doing that. And the way that we staged it in this theater is that when I was done with my reenactment on another movie, I exit the theater and I run all the way around it, and then I go to the front and I enter through the front and I grab my props and I go and I wait in the back of the audience, and I'm gonna run down through the aisle doing the Slim Pickens, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here's what happened. I'm there. I'm standing in the back of the audience. I'm watching the show. I'm ready to go. I've got my props. I'm just watching Steve and Zach and waiting for my cue. And then like one of them goes, and who can forget the immortal scene when Slim Pickens rode the H-bomb? And I'm ready to go, and I'm about to run down the aisle, and then this old, frail man steps right in front of me and slowly starts shuffling down the aisle, and he will not like step aside, and he is walking to the front row.
Amazing.
And so I just keep going. I just go,
did you H-bomb this guy?
And then I just go, wah! And then I'm just like, wee! And I'm just like screaming.
Now you're improving.
And then the audience figures out what's happening. And so people start losing their mind. People are just scream laughing. And this old man is not going to either speed up, nor is he going to move out of my way.
Amazing.
So he's just going to move at like, you know, an inch a second, and I'm just going to keep screaming right behind him.
Amazing.
And then I exit, and I got an applause break.
Wow.
And that was, I'll say, the whole like I went to like events and stuff after the festival. And I chatted with people, and everybody wanted to talk to Steve and Zach. They especially wanted to talk to Zach, who played Roger, because it was the Ebert Festival. There's a statue of Roger Ebert outside of this theater in Champaign.
Wow.
It's him sitting in a movie seat with a thumbs up.
Well, at least it's thumbs up. It would have been really mean to. Actually, you know what they should do? Like, there should be like a little option to rotate the hand, like depending on the current state of maybe the country or something.
Yeah.
Like if things are going well, Roger's thumbs up. If things, I mean, just sort of like a bellwether, just to get a sense of where we're at.
So,
in my version of this story, I like to imagine that you become the breakout star. Like, and that like the next day, there are headlines like, sensational H-bomb boy, stuns in Cisco or in Ebert Fest, and like somehow it's like the Bart Simpson on the Krusty Show arc.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
I can see that. Yeah, I mean, like say the line, Ben, and you're like, wahoo!
I happily scream.
That seems like the best fate ever, doesn't it?
It is. It's great because, as I said, so I'm at all these after events, and all anyone wants to, they want to talk to Steve and Zach, and that's fine. It's their show, and they did a lot more work than me.
But you were the highlight.
And but if someone was going to say something else, they're like, "Oh, you're the guy who did the Slim Pickens thing." Oh my God.
That's good.
I got that from a bunch of people. Like, so, and I said to them, I was like, listen, I think, listeners of this podcast have picked up, even if this is your very first episode, if you're a Gold Rush fan.
Yeah,
like, I'm going to listen to
rushed
this one.
in here.
I mug. In comedy, in comedy shows that I do, in stage shows that I do, I mug. I do takes to the audience. I fucking act like it's Laughing or whatever 70s
Ben's
variety
eyebrows
show.
are tired at the end of a set because he's been waggling them so much.
Like I'm Charles Nelson Rileying. I'm always like I'm just turning to the audience and I'm like like just begging for laughs.
Yeah.
And that's, I feel okay doing that when it's my show.
Yes.
But this is not my show. I didn't direct it.
It didn't start out as your show. It just ended up that way.
I was invited to be in this and to do my very small part, and I was very thankful. It was a lot of fun.
And there are no
do.
small parts.
And so I was like in my head, I'm like, I'm not going to try to upstage anyone. I'm not going to try to do my hog the spotlight thing. You can ask my dear friend Sarah, who I stream with. She'll tell you, because she's performed on stage with me many times. I'll mug and like change a show just to get as much attention as possible. And I was like, I'm gonna be so well behaved. I'm gonna be a good little boy. And then Roger up in heaven.
And then that old man that you paid to help you upstage.
and then an old man. Here's and one other Ebert Fest story that I'll say was that so we're driving in and it's a stormy night, and we catch the last screening of that night that we arrive, which is the film Get Out. Wonderful movie. Have you seen that?
No.
You should see it. It's very good.
Okay.
Like we're watching it, and it's a good second time watch because it has like twists and turns. So it's good knowing, and so you could be like, oh, I see. So this was my second time, but about 20 minutes into the movie, everybody's phone goes off. Everyone's. 2 miles away, there was a tornado.
Oh no. Oh no.
And we're all just sitting there and no one quite knows what to do because it's like, well, I'm not going to go outside. and then eventually they pause the movie and like an announcer goes on and it's like, attention of film viewers. The Virginia Theater is a designated storm shelter.
Oh.
So you can remain in your seats. But if you're in the balcony, you have to go down to the first floor. And the whole time we're watching the movie after that, like we're watching it. And also, all of our props are in the van we drove down in.
Mhm.
So we're all kind of like, well, yeah, we might be fucked. But the for the rest of the movie, every now and again, it would be like crickets. Like a couple more people's phones would just pop off and do that burp, burp, like the emergency noise.
Yes.
Like
Great.
and we're,
For-
and it's like, excuse me, I'm trying to watch this horror film. Let me enjoy it without being scared. But anyway, it's now time for us. That's right. It's now time for us to talk about the adventure game Gold Rush.
Now, Ben, I don't think you got the exclamation point there.
Oh, Gold Rush!
Gold Rush! I think that's how it's supposed to be
This is
pronounced.
Gold Rush!
Go west, young Ben.
Man, Gold Rush. Jess.
Gold Rush.
So what is the premise? I mean, this is an AGI game. What year did this come out?
1988.
88. So a little late.
One of the last AGI games.
And
it is definitely near the end of the AGI run.
So that so this is a text parser like adventure game, lower resolution, 16 colors. And what's the plot of Gold Rush, Jess? Other than, of course, the incredible log line with perfectly formed sentences in it.
Yes, that's right. I mean, yeah, you are this city slicker from Brooklyn Heights. You are Gerald Wilson. And you get a letter from your estranged brother, Jake, who has headed out west to California.
Like 11 years, I think, since he last come.
And he sends you this mysterious letter. So you decide to head west in search of your brother and in search of your fortune in the gold rush, in the American gold rush there in California. The game then becomes an edutaining journey on your way west, where you can go across land, you can go through through Panama to get there, or all the way around the Cape of South America. Not South Africa. That's a much longer trip.
Yeah.
Wrong Cape. But yeah, you go around the tip of South America, come back up. So you have three branching options with some little different puzzles along the way, depending on which one you pick.
Mm-hmm.
Then you arrive there in California, and it's time to strike it rich, assuming that claim jumpers don't do you in.
Mm. Yeah.
That's Gold Rush, baby. And
that's Gold Rush, baby. It is a game that is edutainment, but is
it more edu or more tainment, or really not much of either?
I think it's a little bit of all three. I think it's a little bit of all three. Because it's like there are moments like when there are moments where it kind of like teaches at you.
Yes.
Where like, especially when you're in transit in like kind of the middle of the game.
Yeah, you'll get some big old dialogue boxes explaining to you the perils of whichever version of the journey west you've chosen.
Yeah, like if you're taking a covered wagon west, it will like it you get on all three, you get the Indiana Jones line, which incredible. You know?
Yeah, we here at Quest, we have been very clear. If you can show me a red line moving across a map, you've got me at some level. Like, right, that is the most fascinating thing I can see.
But like the like going west, via covered wagon, it will like it's like now you're here, and then it gives you like a little text box on like a city or like the river or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, and like a couple of fun like contemporaneous fun facts. And like the game kind of peppers in educational like facts as you go through. It's also um like a really bullshitty game.
Yeah, I mean, I think that if Sierra games, especially early Sierra games, get knocked for dead ends and soft locks and just unfair game design, random deaths, um, this game is chock full of them. I think maybe it's one of the worst offenders in the Sierra catalog in this regard. Like it's literally at one point you can, by way of a random number generator, die of cholera. Nothing you could have done to stop it, nothing you could have done to prevent it. It's just you got bad luck on the draw on that one. And literally, that's what the death message says. It's like, you've died of cholera. There was nothing you could do about it. Sometimes it just happens, basically. The quote is just like, so it's like, oops, well, people die of cholera, and one of them's you. Essentially, it's and there's lots of stuff. Like there's stuff that you could easily miss out on early in the game that by the time you get to the end, a gold coin that is hidden in the bandstand right at the beginning of the game.
Mm-hmm.
If you miss out on that, there's a good chance that you can't complete the game maybe several hours of gameplay later. It is, if that sort of thing frustrates you in a Sierra game, I mean, Gold Rush is absolutely the classic example of you want to play this one with a walkthrough handy. I don't think that the puzzles aren't rewarding enough that the thrill of solving them is worth the frustration of maybe losing a lot of progress, in my opinion, on this one.
No, this is I
it does have its charms.
Game, it's remarkably charming, and we'll get to like.
Yeah,
I think the interesting thing about this game is that it feels like, and I don't know this, but it feels like they played the Oregon Trail and were like, what if we made Adventure Oregon Trail?
They do seem to be cut from a similar cloth. Like, I think this game, anyone who plays this, I've got to be thinking is got Oregon Trail in the back of their mind, right? I mean, and honestly, I was thinking about this as I played it. This game may be more educational than Oregon Trail, possibly. Like, I think there's more just raw information in it, but I don't think it's memorable in a way that's likely to reinforce some of the content in the way that Oregon Trail is. I mean, there's a reason why Oregon Trail is still a meme today. Only freaks played Gold Rush.
I think the easy deaths, like you just had cholera, that's life or death, I guess. Like, I think that is them kind of Oregon Trailing, because you can just die.
Yeah, you died of dysentery.
Yeah. And the thing is that in Oregon Trail, that's not that, like, Oregon Trail feels kind of, roguelike-ish in that
it's like a sit down, play it in a session kind of game.
Like you play it and you die or you don't. You make it or you don't. Like, you might get like just some bad RNG, and somebody's gonna get sick, or somebody's gonna get a cold and they're not gonna recover and they're gonna die, or you hit some bad weather, or when you try to ford the river, you get knocked out and you lose all of your axles and wheels and yokes.
You got those yokes.
And like, Jess, have I talked on this podcast about playing Oregon Trail in my social studies class?
No, I don't think.
I forget. This is a thing that's bothered me for many years. I would say off your chest, man. Maybe probably I don't know, 27 years, however long it's been since I've been middle school. the uh when I was in 7th or 8th grade, I think it was 8th grade, we did a unit in my social studies class on the then most recent version of Oregon Trail, which I believe was 3. It was on CD-ROM, and I think it had a little like FMV, a little acting in it. And we did a full, like, I assume that the teacher got, like, a packet from Mech or whoever was producing it at that
Mm-hmm.
time, like the teacher packet of how to use this in your classroom. But we, like, we read about the trail, like we did some readings, and that was all interesting, and we did like some, like, there we discussed, and everybody had their own, like, this was in the computer lab, so everybody had their own game. We weren't all just sitting around one computer.
Yeah,
um
gotcha.
and um we were ultimately graded on how well we did on Oregon Trail. And even as like a 13-year-old, I'm like, that's bullshit, because I've played Oregon Trail for years, and I know that sometimes you could just get fucked.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, if you're going to grade students on a video game, you need a true test of skill like Mortal Kombat
yeah,
or
you need
something
a
like
true
that.
test of skill, like
Yeah,
something that
something that is on
really,
even playing field.
yeah, like, yeah, none of this bullshit RNG, something that truly measures out your skill. No fucking dice rolls, none of this true skill and brain, like, none of this vibe shit.
No,
Like a
no, I need
perfectly balanced game.
like Mortal Kombat.
this is this is a really annoying character I'm doing right now. I need something. It needs perfect rules. If it has any dice rolls, I refuse to play it because I leave nothing. I need to use my brain. My brain is the dice roll.
Which is why you only LARP.
Yeah. As
The only fair game.
I LARP is slim pickings. Now, but yeah, I think I got a B on it because like half the family died in it. And it's like, yeah, that's what happens. But I mean, I'm still mad about this grading scheme for Oregon Trail all these years later. That's bullshit, man.
Yeah, I mean, as an educator,
Yeah.
that does bother me. That is not how you should do. I mean, and you and I, Ben, as we've discovered, recording these episodes are more alike than we want to admit.
I mean,
And
we
with
admit it constantly, so I don't know if there's a then we
that's a
want to
good point.
admit part, because we're
But
constantly saying it.
every bullshit assignment I had, K through PhD, that I was ever given, I remember vividly
Yeah.
and have held it against the
Yeah.
teachers that assigned it. Like I have a long
Good.
history of education where I've never forgotten a
Perfect.
single assignment I thought was unfair in
Right.
some capacity.
The this is the same teacher, I'm pretty sure. I think it was the same teacher who we did a day about the JFK assassination, and it was just that she brought her friend who was also like who was also her age, who was in, like, I think like probably our age or maybe a little younger when JFK got shot, and so it was just essentially she just brought one of her friends to school to talk about what a weird day of school it was.
One of the billions of people who were alive that day.
and and she she said something, and I've heard this elsewhere. She said something I think about all the time, and I've like made fun of, which is she said, before JFK was shot, people left their doors unlocked.
Wow. It really says something.
I had a
I was scared to death my whole childhood that Lee Harvey Oswald may shoot me.
Yeah, this I had a in my brief attempt to do stand up, I told that story and I said it really takes something to have the thought of, and Jess, you were going here, but it really takes something to think like, oh my God, an assassin has killed the president and I'm next. like, you know, like I've just been thinking about that lady talking to our class for for 20 like for 27 years
Wow.
and just being like, yeah, you know, before JFK was shot, we left the doors unlocked.
Wow. Wow.
What a crazy thing to say.
Yeah.
Ugh.
We used to have grassy knolls everywhere, but then
Yeah,
we
we had to
bulldozed them all
mow.
down.
We had to get we every knoll was de-knolled and all the
Degrassed.
grass was
We
burnt
dropped
out.
Agent Orange on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, just no foliage. Yeah.
Anyway,
This,
Gold Rush.
I mean, this is the tapestry of American history that Gold Rush is also woven into. So everything we said up to this point is relevant, and we're making American history right now.
Yeah.
So
So I think what is fascinating to me about Gold Rush, in addition to like kind of the Oregon Trail of it, because it's like in Oregon Trail, a lot of it exposits like facts at you in a
yes,
similar way. Like Oregon Trail also tries to teach kids like resource management, and like there's Oregon Trail does a better job of teaching kids stuff like through the game itself.
yeah, because the gameplay here doesn't
but-
reinforce much. It's just dialogue boxes. They just, again, as you said, teach at you. It's like, here is a fact.
Yeah. But also in Oregon Trail, like when you make it to a landmark or something, it will throw a text box at you that's like, here's Big Bull Rock or some shit.
Yes.
A guy was here once. Like, you're like, cool, man. Big Bull Rock.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, that's yeah. And I think that part of Gold Rush maybe doesn't quite work because it's not being reinforced mechanically. Again, the gameplay of like resource management in Oregon Trail may be simple, but it's asking students to engage, or children who are playing it to engage and try to think through these problems. I don't know that, you know, you're going through Panama and you have to avoid a deadly snake in a kind of Sierra way.
Yeah, you
know,
have to go
like,
through like a swamp, and it's like kind of this invisible maze type thing that's really annoying. There's a lot of so the game begins, as you said, you're in Brooklyn, and
out of Brooklyn.
there's a timer. You have 15 minutes to sell your house. Like it's like sell your house, quit your job, and get transit.
Your savings out of the bank.
Yeah.
And then and get transit across. If time runs out, game over.
No, I think if time runs out, you can take the covered wagon.
That's
the
right.
Other like taking the boat option is cut off.
Yeah.
And it like it's just like I find it really interesting. Like I don't think it's well implemented, but I do think it's really interesting. Like this multi-route thing. Like the game.
Do you have a route that you prefer? Is there one of these three that you find most interesting?
You know, the Panama route was kind of.
I like Panama.
Yeah,
I take Panama too.
The graphics, especially in the New York section, are absolutely gorgeous. Like really beautifully like detailed 19th century buildings. It looks really, really cool. And like you don't really get that much kind of urban, like other than in the Manhunter games. You don't really get that much urban settings in AGI games.
No, you really don't.
And I mean, this is 19th century New York, which is not, it's not the New York you think of today. But even then, like this is still there's still a like a density of like stuff to explore and walk around, which is pretty interesting. It's also weird and finicky about like if you walk on the grass, police come and immediately like come at you, which is
Yes.
insane. Like
Yes.
it's interesting what this game thinks is important for you to do and to know, and that like the game like sends cops after you immediately if you step onto the grass in a park
Yes.
is wild.
It's hilarious. I mean, yeah, there is. I mean, yeah, you're teaching that lesson, and you're also teaching the lesson. It's like sometimes people die, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. And you're teaching, yeah, just I'm not sure if it's teaching the thing it thinks it's teaching. I think it's teaching people that life is kind of bullshit sometimes. Which is an important lesson, maybe more important lesson than knowing about westward expansion during the 19th century.
You can get kicked to death by a horse.
Yeah. Well, in real life too.
Yeah. I mean, there are many there I'm looking through, there's a YouTube video of ways to die in Gold Rush. And so now I have the correct dialogue box for the cholera death on the boat. Are you ready?
Okay, what we got?
There was nothing you could do. Sometimes terrible things happen.
I mean, is
that
not
wrong.
a useful lesson?
You're feeling a little strange and your gums are bleeding. You don't know exactly what is wrong, but something isn't right.
Yeah, I'm trying to think like, were my gums bleeding yesterday? But now they are. Probably something isn't right. Sometimes things happen. Shit happens. It's sort of the moral of the story there.
Oh man!
But as you say, it's a
food is running
game.
running out on board ship. Everyone is suffering. One man has already died. The cook says the provisions are gone. All that is left is the ship's mascot. It is now steaming on the table. There is only one problem. I may have waited too long before preparing the pig. It may be diseased. So far, no one has had the nerve to try it. You grab yourself a nice slab of pig meat from the steaming pig. As soon as you sink your teeth into this piece of meat, you realize something terrible is about to happen.
Really? Boy, that's never happened to me.
And then there's a little status message. This is one of the problems of no refrigeration.
Why didn't they have refrigeration on that ship?
That was pretty stupid of them. They should have had refrigeration.
And I was just brought enough food. That's amazing.
It is this. It's there's sometimes like I watch a lot of bad movies, and a great genre of bad movie is children's movie made by people that have no business like making anything for children.
Yes.
And I'm not saying that this is terrible for children, but I am saying that like that like what I just read is getting close.
Yeah, I feel like, and maybe Sierra did this. I'm not certain, honestly.
Well, this
Sierra,
was designed by like these two brothers, and I think this was their like because they owned this and Sierra didn't.
Doug and Ken McNeil. I think that they were given the rights to it after the game was released. But what I wonder is, I feel like for a game like Oregon Trail and stuff, typically you'll have some sort of blurb on the box that there was, an educator of some sort that may have consulted on it, or some sort of seal of approval to suggest that, and trust me, I have nothing but animosity for educational consultants, but usually they have that veneer of authority that someone who understands how to teach children things has at least taken a look at this. Gold Rush definitely has the vibe of an educational game from without that perspective of how an educator
Like,
might approach some of this stuff.
Echo Quest and Pepper's Adventures in Time and Dr. Brain all feel very sincere in their education.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know.
As a kid, let me say, I didn't play this when I was a kid.
Yeah, I didn't
always
play
saw
this
it
as
in
a kid
catalogs
either.
and stuff, and I don't think I recognized it as being edutainment when I saw it in catalogs. I just assumed this was like any
Gold Rush
other
game. Yeah.
Sierra game. It's just like instead of being set in the land of the lounge lizards, it's set in the Gold Rush, and I don't think it clicked for me that it was supposed to be educational. Now, going back now, clearly that is what they're going for. Again, in a very sort of straightforward, obvious way. But yeah, I don't know. I find a lot charming about this game. It's weird within the Sierra canon. Like it doesn't.
You can get
feel like
hung
most
to death.
Yes.
It's like for claim jumping.
Yeah. You get hung to death, I believe. Isn't that what happens if you don't enter in the copy protection correctly? Yeah. Yes. I mean, and rightfully so. We hate software piracy here at Quest.
I agree. Now, it is just really, I don't know. It's just so, it's such a strange, it's such an odd bird of a game, which is why I'm glad that some years later it was revisited.
Yes, in two forms.
Yeah. So first, we're just going to first talk about the initial visiting, which was they came back. I think it was in 2014.
Yeah.
And they did a remaster. Now, what if I told you? What if I told you those beautiful 16 color AGI graphics were replaced by the most low budget, off the shelf, like pre-rendered poser 3D graphics that you've ever seen?
Yeah, like notably bad by the like
2014 especially. Like this looks like a game from 2003.
Yeah, I mean it's like right there with
and
some
even
of
then,
like the early Nancy Drew games is kind of the aesthetic it's giving me. I don't know. I mean, it is such a downgrade in the graphics. And what I love about this and the other part of the Gold Rush revival we got around this time is all the signage in the game, because every sign that appears in the game clearly has the writing on it done not only in a font, what one imagines just a true type font that's been placed on these things, but some of the most period inappropriate fonts that you've ever seen. We're not talking like literal Comic Sans, but we're maybe like 1 degree removed from that when you like walk up to the grocery store and it just looks like, yep, that looks like a font that probably shipped standard with Microsoft Word, and here it is just plopped onto a sign in the Old West.
Yeah.
They're terrible. It's again, it feels like it's the most obvious signifier of low budget graphics work in this game to me. But yeah, it's such a downgrade. Ben, have you had experience with the remake at all?
I've tootled around in it a little bit. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it now has voice acting.
It does have voice acting. And we'll get to that, but when we talk about something else. Would you like to? Would you like to
Ben,
talk about?
Take us there. Take us there.
So,
take us there.
Some years after they remastered Gold Rush, I believe in 20 17, they released a sequel. They released a sequel to Gold Rush. Now, Gold Rush ends with you find your estranged brother who's hiding away because he was accused of a crime that he did not commit. You find him, then you find a vein of gold, and all's well. You're going to be rich. This you are called back to New York because you have to clear his and your name, I believe. This is set 20 years later.
Yes.
You have to clear his name in New York.
You're rushing back.
And so it's a reverse. You're going
reverse
back
gold
to
rush.
New York now. And so you've sold your gold mine, and now you're traveling back, and New York is now under the thumb of the horrible Boss Tweed.
Oh no, Tammany Hall is taking power.
And so I haven't played Gold Rush 2. And Jess, I'm gonna say right now, I am I'm throwing down the gauntlet. I'm challenging you to play Gold Rush 2 on your stream because you've played some interesting games.
Ben, I was already planning to do this.
I'm removing my heavy metal gauntlet and tossing it on the ground and saying, Jess, I challenge you to play because and here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna entice you a little bit. I was watching to prepare for this. I was watching somebody's long play on YouTube because I was like, what is this? How could you make a Gold Rush 2? What is this? Jess, would you be shocked if I told you I took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 audio clips from the game because and I just wanted to stop at maybe 1 or 2. But every time I was watching and I heard something that made me laugh, I took a clip and I didn't.
This is amazing.
And I was kind of jumping around too. I didn't watch all 3 or whatever hours of this.
Ben, hit me with a clip.
So here's a couple clips. Let's go in.
Greetings to your boss from me.
I'll bring greetings from him. Wait there and see. Now!
So that cutoff is part of it. Now, yeah, all right. But here, let me so that is pretty good, right? You agree?
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I mean, yeah, the second guy sounded like some sort of text to speech program somehow.
Now, there is a extreme text to speech like there's a real text to speech of it. So anyway, at the beginning of the game, you visit with a blacksmith who drops this hilariously long monologue on you.
Hello, Smith. We've been friends a long time, and I wanted to be the one to tell you that we are leaving California and traveling back to New York. Of all the people we know here, I'm going to miss you the most. You have been a faithful friend.
Jared, I know everyone in these parts, from Sacramento to Placerville, and I mean everyone. I've already heard folks talking about you leaving, and I reckon there's something I best tell you. I fixed the trigger on a feller's rifle a spell ago, and I surmise that he and his disreputable friends are fixing to rob that train of yours and steal them bars of gold you're taking with you. Now, I've been thinking, and maybe I know a way to help you. If you find me a heaping pile of lead and give me a few gold coins, I can make you some gold-plated lead bars that'll look and feel like solid gold. If you switch them for the real ones, Right before the heist, them boys will take the fake bars, hightail it away, and never bother you again. If you want to proceed with my plan, just bring me the material I'll need.
Just click yes.
He just keeps going. Here's a little more about our blacksmith friend. This is really good.
You know horseshoes can't bring good luck. You know all good and perfect things come from above, from the God who never changes. Your God-given friend, the blacksmith, made this horseshoe you found in the ruins at Sutter's Fort.
Your God-given friend.
I have to play. So this is a description of a horseshoe that you find.
You know horseshoes can't bring good luck. You know all good and perfect things come from above, from the God who never changes. Your God-given friend, the blacksmith, made this horseshoe you found in the ruins at Sutter's Fort.
It's so funny to me because it sounds like when he says your God-given friend, the blacksmith, I thought it was like a letter from I thought that was like a sign off in a letter from the blacksmith, having not seen the visuals that accompany this. But that's an interesting place to put in your message of hope.
Here's another thing I'm going to say is that when he's traveling, it does still have like edutainment descriptions of the towns that you pass through. So it's like, wait, is this one for kids? It feels like
kids
because
love.
And I don't think this is made by the same people. I think this is made by like some studio that like ended up with the Gold Rush.
Oh my, this is a very fine wine. How could you have possibly known? It is clear to me that you are a friend of Mr. Quayle's. I think I can trust you. You can find him at Leonard B. Hughes' house. But please don't tell anyone else where he is. He's hiding there because Tweed's gang has been trying to keep him quiet, if you know what I mean.
I had to...
Leonard D. Hughes.
Yes. I had to say, I picked that clip because of the, if you know what I mean, the Ed. Which,
do we think this is text-to-speech?
That's a great question.
Because
there's
that one especially. Like the weird
sound.
It's taking weird pauses around commas and stuff like that feel...
There's a real sound of the TikTok voice, right?
Yes.
I'm just speaking hypothetically here, but what would you say if you learned someone like me was interested in buying the paper?
I've thought about it. Unfortunately, I would have to get a much larger sum of money than someone like you, that is to say, someone in your position could afford. I'm sorry. I know this puts it out of your reach, but I'd have to get something around $35,000. I know that sounds like a lot to you, Jared. I'm sorry. That's too much money for you, Jared. It would have to be all cash or a secure banknote.
It is. He's just said, I'm sorry 3 times in a row.
Yes. But
now,
it's
this game came
be
out before vast proliferation of like LLMs and stuff.
Yeah.
Like if this game came out like today or like last year or something, we could just be like, oh, this was
clearly this is a language model
out of an LLM. This is someone is using like ChatGPT or something. But this is coming to us honestly. This is coming to us by real human hands.
I don't think it is.
The dialogue,
someone wrote this, a human wrote this, but the delivery. The fact that Jared sounds has a little bit of the sound of like he speaks like this, and all I can think of is Matt Berry when he speaks. like a much less interesting Matt Berry.
Yeah. All right. This is it. This is the last clip.
Jared, there is one policeman you can still trust. His name is Gregory Rayburn. He's a sergeant over at the police station. You can identify him by his red hair. He will know you were a friend of Mr. Quayle if you greet him by saying, "I've lost my poodle hund. We all hate those animals, and it's a joke among us." You should speak with Rayburn at the police station.
This makes me think that this is a translation thing.
Oh.
Poodlehund.
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 I think it's a translation thing. Maybe
I thought he said poodle hunt, and I was like,
no,
they were hunting poodles because they hate those.
Jared, there is one policeman you can still trust. His name is Gregory Rayburn. He's a sergeant over at the police station. You can identify him by his red hair. He will know you were a friend of Mr. Quayle if you greet him by saying, "I've lost my poodlehund. We all hate those animals, and it's a joke among us." You should speak with Rayburn at the police station.
It also spells it as poodle, Pudle, hund, which is poodle.
Yeah,
and that's what they're referred
German
like,
for poodle.
Yeah, poodlehund is German, and so I maybe it's that this was this was made in German and then translated, and that this is text to speech.
That's even so much stranger, though. I feel like.
Well,
I mean, we make games about German history all the time.
But
in the US, so I can't judge.
Isn't like Old West stuff really, like American Old West stuff, really popular in Germany?
I think you're thinking of David Hasselhoff.
No. I'm not kidding.
I have no idea.
Like Old West Germany.
I typed
in Old West Germany and
turns out there's a whole country named that. Yeah.
All right. Western, Old West US Germany fans.
Cowboy movie popular Deutschland?
Yeah.
Try that search.
Here we go. New York Times 2014.
That rag?
Germany's fascination with the American Old West. So this is a thing. So maybe
they just love it. They love it.
So there you go.
They can't get
so
enough.
maybe that's why. So perhaps that's why. Maybe that helps.
And we do know the adventure game genre was quite popular.
Very popular in Germany.
Yeah, so that might track. But yeah, that does hint at maybe a translated script, or possibly, I don't know, maybe in certain pockets of America at the time, that German name was more common than the French one. And maybe this is like deeply researched and historically accurate.
Yeah, that's probably it.
I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not an expert in the history. I could, I have an animal expert here in the house. I could wake her from her slumber.
Yeah. Go wake up your wife right now.
Yeah. But no, the voice thing is, it has to be text to speech. Like, humans don't pause. Like, I mean, even if you hired maybe not the greatest voice actors, they're going to attempt to emote. If anything, like, they will attempt too hard to emote, I would think. But the pauses around the commas and punctuation is so unnatural. Unless it's just been chopped to death. Like, if they're recording this like clause by clause and then stringing it together into sentences, maybe I don't know. But this is fascinating to me. I need to know more about the making of Gold Rush 2. Are there many documentaries about this game?
Yeah, there's several, and we should probably.
Oh yeah, I see the PBS Frontline on it now.
Yeah, Poodlehund.
I'm a real poodlehund.
Yeah, I'm a true poodlehund. But anyway, so
would you say this one is twice as good as Gold Rush 1?
Yes, I would.
Gold Rush isn't bad. I hope it doesn't sound like we're dunking on Gold. I mean, it's frustrating and it's unfair. And I don't know, like, it is a very, I don't know, where does this rank among AGI games? Is this one near the bottom? Is it middle of the pack? I don't think it's at the top. It's
like better than Black Cauldron.
I think it's better than Black Cauldron.
Like, yeah, it's
better than any of the King's Quest games.
I will note, I'm on the website for Gold Rush 2 now, and it has a English and German version.
There you go. There you go. So definitely, that's going to make sense that it was that translation error was key to cracking this code.
The translation error,
or possibly again purposeful translation. But yeah, I'm looking at the list of AGI games, and I think maybe you put it ahead of Black Cauldron. Maybe Black Cauldron's beautiful though.
It is. So is Gold Rush.
I think Black Cauldron's prettier with its interesting use of the color palette, but I don't know. I mean, what Donald Duck's Playground is in that mix. I mean, it's not as good as Larry 1's, not as good as Police Quest 1's, not as good as Space Quest 1 or 2. It's not as good as Mixed Up Mother Goose, is it?
No, Mixed Up Mother Goose is a
that's
incredible
fine game.
is a great classic.
Not as good as any of the King's Quest games 1 through 4.
It looks like the developer is based out of Germany.
Ah, there you go.
So, all right, yeah,
interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, that all tracks. But I mean, again, it feels like got a hold of the rights. Why not make the game? Is very much the vibe that the remake and Gold Rush 2 have in common. I find it interesting that you would Gold Rush back to Brooklyn.
Yeah,
like that feels like an odd. I mean, you get to take the Transcontinental Railroad back, I guess, right? If you were going to do a Gold Rush sequel, what would you do? You could Gold Rush to Alaska, but that's like what 40 or 50 years later.
Yeah, he Gold Rushes.
So that's
going
to be
Alaska.
hard. You'd be like a 70-year-old man, and nobody wants to play that game.
I don't think Gold Rush is a game that really needs a sequel. Perhaps that's really what the thing to say here is that I don't think Gold Rush really needs much. Like I was really wondering what was happening next in the story.
Yeah. No, I mean, arguably it was fine as it was. I like the. What I'm curious about now, I need to play Gold Rush 2 because I'm curious how it handles the political machine of Tammany Hall and what version of Boss Tweed we see here. Like, as I feel like that is a complex history that I'm curious if this game tackles complexly.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Well, Jess, we'll enjoy that on your stream. I'm sure months from now because I know you have a couple already in your queue.
I got some bangers.
You do. I know what you have lined up. So yeah. I know there's a very good game.
But I think
playing
after
a great game right now.
The two very good games I'm playing,
it's time to play something else.
It's time to play some garbage, and this could be it.
Yeah.
No offense if any of the developers listen to this podcast.
Yeah,
we love you,
maybe
and we're just razzing
maybe
you.
we'll change your mind.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much for listening to us discuss Gold Rush. And it's just a weird game.
And I love that about it. That's what's cool about it. Is it's weird by the standards of Sierra, even though in many ways it's like prototypically Sierra. It's like everything people remember Sierra games being frustrating for, but it's also not quite like your other Sierra games for this era.
There's one thing I have to say. About Gold Rush 2 is that so when you do arrive in New York in Gold Rush 2, it's like Biff Tannen's like Bad Future.
Beautiful.
Like, so it is a little bit of they took the New York graphics from Gold Rush, the remake they did, and just kind of dirtied them up a little bit.
Damn evil.
But guess what you can do? You can
ride a hoverboard.
You can walk on the grass at the park, and
finally.
it comments on that. It's like
even
it
better.
Doesn't seem like anyone cares about this anymore.
Oh no!
Because of Boss Tweed.
Boss Tweed.
20 years ago, a cop would have beat your ass for stepping on the grass. Now, because of the corrupt Boss Tweed, you could walk on the grass.
I was just thinking. Let me add in one final thought.
All right.
Because this just occurred to me.
Yeah.
I don't think the legacy of Gold Rush at Sierra is games like Pepper's Adventures in Time and Castle of Dr. Brain and things like that.
Did we even mention Gold Rush when we talked about Sierra Edutainment?
I don't know if we did. But you know what I think its actual legacy is something closer to the Conquest games that I think do a lightly educational, much better job of trying to tell interesting history in the format of an adventure game. Like, I feel like that's more of the box you put it into than maybe the edutainment category that Sierra would eventually head toward. This feels more like a less polished model of what they would do a much better job with telling the mythologized histories of King Arthur and Robin Hood.
Yeah, I guess so. And also, like, they can, like, Camelot can be kind of bullshitty.
Yeah,
like, but it's better. Like, I mean, it's not, not like this.
Nobody on Earth would say that Gold Rush is a better game than Conquest and Camelot, would they?
No one. Not
a reasonable person.
No reasonable.
If you do believe that, though, write to us at questquestpodcast@gmail.com because we'd love to hear your Gold Rush thoughts, your reactions. Tell us if you like poodlehunds.
Yeah, please let us know where you stand on poodlehunds.
Should they be hunted or not?
All right. Well, until then, collect all of those thoughts, rate and review us, tell your friends, send us an email, and join us next week when we discuss Space Quest 4. So here's a question.
A space question?
Yeah, a space question. So if Roger's look doesn't change when he goes back in time, does that mean that every character remembers the visual advances that reflect the technology of the time in the Space Quest universe?
He, at that point, is a fourth dimensional being. And what you don't see is by the time he leaves Eulent's Flats, all of those people have been driven mad.